Oh yeah, come here, let me talk to you for a second. You know, because something great is going on right now. This weekend is NBA All-Star Weekend 2013. And this guy, boom, bang, pow, boom. Michael Air Jordan is turning 50. All week long on ESPN, you know, I watch a lot of ESPN. All they've been talking about is, you know, with this great week that LeBron James has been having, who is the best, you know, who will in the end be the best basketball player of all times. So since everybody else is putting their 2 cents in on it, I'm going to give you my my thoughts. So, you know, to determine who's going to be the best or who's going to be the greatest, sometimes you might have to look outside of the subject to find the truth. And I love basketball. I love football, but I also love boxing. And in my era, when I was growing up, you know who the man was in the 80s? None other than Iron Mike Tyson. Top, blop, blop, boom, 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 boom. Wasn't even no 12-round fight. It was barely a 1-round fight. Mike Tyson, you know, in the 90s, you know, Real Deal Holyfield. You had Roy Jones Jr. coming up in the late 90s, early 2000s, as far as, you know, that popularity. Guys are popular, you know, people knew them, everybody knew who they were. But one thing that reigned supreme is that no matter how great they were, that guy, the greatest, I'm the greatest, flow like a butterfly, sting like a bee, Muhammad Ali is the person that everybody thinks about when they think about boxing. Muhammad Ali does not have the greatest record in boxing. And when I say the greatest, I mean he's a great fighter. But the best, the pound for pound best record holder for boxing is Joe Louis. The one and only Joe Louis. But with everything that Muhammad Ali went through, man, with the, you know, what they call him a draft dodger. Some people still mad about that to this day, him dodging the draft. I figure, you know what I'm saying, the brother just didn't want to fight in an army and fight for a country that didn't even see him as an equal, as a man. On top of that, he also, you know, spoke out against the atrocities of racism and Jim Crow and all the things that this country's ugly history was dealing with. He was larger than life. He had the social aspect, but he also had this polarizing, galvanizing personality that people loved. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He's Muhammad Ali. You know, he sucked you in. Howard Cosell, a lot of people he talked to in the interviews, compelling. You know, he put on. He became the face of boxing. And to this day, he is the greatest. He may not have the best record, okay? That means that he's number 2 on the list of heavyweight fighters of all time. Joe Louis is number 1. But when you ask people who the greatest boxer is, they'll tell you Muhammad Ali. Which leads me to Michael Jordan. And this is the reason why I'm not really focusing on the stats. I'm focusing on what Michael Jordan did to revolutionize marketing. Sports marketing, product marketing for athletes. That's what he did. Okay? So not only was he a 6-time winner of the NBA championship. I'm a Bulls fan, so go Bulls. Not only was he a 6-time MVP, not only did he not lose any NBA finals, not only did he win 10 scoring titles and everything else that he's done in his illustrious career, the dude changed the way people buy shoes. They buy NBA gear. This guy changed it all. Think about it for a second. He has been ingrained into not only pop culture for America, but for the world. Think about it. Have you ever had the opportunity to listen to the Like Mike commercial? He had a machine behind him, basically pushing him to be, you know what I'm saying, kind of put in our skulls, man. Michael Jordan, like Mike. I like to be like Mike. I wanna be like Mike. You know, that's why I don't have a record deal. But anyway, it's not the point. The point of this is that, you know what I'm saying, all that he accomplished on the basketball court, all that he accomplished off the basketball court is amazing. His last game was in 2003. 10 years later, he's still re-releasing shoes from the 80s. And people are still standing in lines in malls. They getting ran over, trampled, beat down for his shoes. Shoes that came out when I was a kid. They're still selling. I don't know any other athletes that are doing that. This guy's one of the greatest players in NBA history. He's named one of the 50 greatest. So you look at people like Hakeem Olajuwon, Oscar Robertson, George the Iceman Gervin. You look at my man Julius Erving, Dr. J. All these guys, great stats. They did a lot for the game, man. But one thing that they did not do for the game, that Michael Jordan did for the game, was revolutionize the way the game it has been accepted internationally through products, through endorsements. Matter of fact, he paved the way for all these cats like LeBron and Kobe, whose shoes don't sell as much as his. There's no frenzy. So what that tells me is that Michael Jordan is smart. He has a machine behind him that has ingrained him into culture. So that lets me know that Michael Jordan is pretty smart at psychology. Okay, not only did he psych people out on the court all the time, but the other thing that Michael Jordan was very good at doing and is very good at doing is figuring out how to stay on your mind. So every time you see the Jumpman logo, that's not it. Every time you see the Jumpman logo, you are seeing Michael Jordan. You're being reminded of his legacy. You're being reminded of everything that he did on the basketball court. And that's something that all the other greats don't have. Magic, Larry Bird, none of them have a constant reminder. When you see his shoes, release dates for his kicks and everything, it's just a constant reminder. Generations, kids, young kids, they got to see him on YouTube, but they see him and they still love him and declare the dude the greatest. So I'm not saying that LeBron James will never ever be considered the greatest player to ever play in the NBA. That's not what I'm saying. But if the NBA dissolved today and there became a worldwide league for basketball players, guess who would still be the pinnacle, the top, the guy to reach? It would be Michael Jordan. That's who it would be. Michael Jordan would be the pinnacle. He would be the guy that would sit atop. He's still the mountain to reach. And so until there comes an opportunity for LeBron James to revolutionize the way basketball has been marketed to the masses, Michael Jordan is like an experiment that went so extremely right that they can't recreate it, they can't reduplicate it. That's how Michael Jordan is. Like, it went so well, you can't do it again. Nobody's gonna do it like that. That's why he'll always be considered the greatest. Because when you have the minds of men, you also have the hearts of men. So not only does Michael Jordan have the minds of the basketball fans, he also has the hearts of the basketball fans. And when you're the people's champ, you'll never, there'll be nobody to knock you off that pedestal. And that's just the way it is. And that is why Michael Jordan will always be one of the greatest basketball player to ever do it. You wear shoes all the time. Michael Jordan, the greatest basketball player to ever play the game. And you asking me who? But y'all got his shoes upstairs in your closet?
Can we go watch TV now?
Watch TV? That's the problem with y'all kids today. You always just want to watch TV. That's all you want to do. Okay? What you need to be doing is watching YouTube. You need to get on there and learn who Michael Jordan is. That's what you know what? You know what? Just fine. Just go. Go. Watch the TV. Just go. I'm hurt. These kids, man, you can't teach them nothing. Anyway, happy birthday, Michael Jordan.